Hey everybody, what's happening? Truu Sports back. We're here live in Ryan's second bedroom here in his little condo.
That's right. So some of the closest friends to me, you'll know, I have a current leak in my AC unit.
Oh yeah.
To make matters worse, on this 110-degree day.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Arizona people, it's not fun. It's really not fun being here, dealing with all this dumb heat. It's very unnecessary. I feel like Arizona does not need to be like this, but for some reason, they just want to fuck us with this heat.
Well, and the common misconception is, oh, it's dry heat, dude. An oven is an oven.
Yeah.
You know? Like if you put your head in an oven, it's gonna be hot.
Yeah.
That's what it's like. And we just got off the golf course, and
Oh man.
there's no telling.
Yeah. Seriously.
It's bad. It's bad.
Okay. Awesome. So, today we kind of decided that we want to make this episode a, football and fantasy football type stuff. We'll be discussing on, players who's injured. We'll be discussing on, players' attitudes from last year's and how they're looking forward for this season. Then we'll kind of discuss, our top QBs. We'll discuss our top running backs, our top wide receivers, etc. How they stack up versus everybody else in the league and where we would potentially pick them. And then also, just kind of have a good time while we're here. We are drinking some special seltzers today. Never had these before.
I don't know what
They're actually pretty solid. So
I got this super cool koozie. It's
Yeah.
covering up the label.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know who made these seltzers, but if they want to reach out to us and let us know that
Right,
they
dude?
made them,
Hey.
and I don't know.
cool. Happy birthday, America. That's what this bad boy says right here.
That's right. Happy 4th of July.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty. So getting into business here.
So and what really sparked all this was the Hall of Fame game, and
Yes.
that was the just telltale moment.
Yep.
Football is back.
I
baby.
agree. Football is back.
And don't get me wrong, like I'm sure if you're like me and Anthony, you watched the beginning of the game, you were hella hyped, and then you saw 4 3-and-outs in a row, and you were like, dude, I can't watch this.
Oh,
I cannot
man.
watch a full game.
While we're
of this.
looking at players like,
Yeah.
who is this guy or who's that guy?
You see a backup quarterback with like a half arm sleeve.
Yeah,
Dude, he's got to
seriously.
be good. It's
Oh,
gonna
right?
be fun. And then
Dude,
you just
looks like my Madden player, bro.
dude.
Madden 20 just came out as well.
Oh.
It's so far it's been a good time. My boy Kaznowski just snagged up on it from Walmart. So we'll see how things really play out on it. Are you pretty big on Ultimate Team?
Dude, pretty big is an understatement.
Really?
So the problem is that I buy Madden every other year. So like, I have Madden 18. I didn't buy 19.
Wait, why do you do it every other year?
Because I'm not gonna lie, it costs money, which kind of adds up. And
Once a
It
year?
doesn't seem necessary. It doesn't seem necessary to buy every Madden of the year.
Some
I don't
fan,
need it.
bro.
It doesn't change that much. But I heard the Eagles were number 1 on Madden 20, so I had to buy it for that reason. Number 2, Patrick Mahomes was a big reason why I won my fantasy championship last year. So I had to honor him
You had to
by
honor
buying
him?
this,
Oh,
buying
man.
Madden 20.
He's on the cover?
Oh, is he on the cover? He's on all the covers. He's flexing. He's doing his
Dang,
thing. Yeah,
really?
dude. Yeah, they hyped him up.
All right, I'm gonna have to take a look at this.
I'm pretty sure. I know for a fact they had the Philly special. They put the Philly special play into Madden 20. So that's another reason why I needed to get it. And then I'm pretty sure they have Patrick Mahomes' no-look pass as well.
Huh.
Yeah. So Madden 20, you're welcome for hyping you up.
Yeah.
And here's another one. Little spoiler alert. If you do play Madden Ultimate Team or any sort of online Madden games, and you're rushing, you're in a 2-minute drill, and you're trying to score a touchdown, you do get on the ball, hurry up offense, and your team's like slagging and like trying to get to the ball. They don't do that. They cut it all out. Now, if you do hurry up offense, your team gets right on the line. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You just get on line, snap the ball, you're back and play. I think that's huge. Again, if you
huge.
play online, it's huge.
But I don't like that.
What? Why?
Because when it comes to doing quick plays, when it comes to, no huddles, audibles type stuff, the defense, in this game at least, the defense gets very little time to change their plays. They get very little time to make different movements because as you were playing against Cody Root earlier, the guy, first of all, he doesn't know what he's doing. He doesn't know what he's doing on Madden.
He's the fakest Colts fan I've ever seen in
Is he
my
a
life.
Colts fan?
That's what he said.
Shucks.
He's a Colts fan with a Rockies license plate.
Oh,
Dude, he makes no sense.
who is this guy?
He's from Idaho. That's
Oh,
the
yeah,
only way to
for real.
explain it.
He's from Idaho.
Yeah, he's
Home
a
of the
mess.
potato, as he always says.
Poor sap.
Oh, my goodness. Crazy. But yeah, Madden 20's out. Can't wait to really hop on it. It's always gonna be a good time playing those gangster games. But wanted to start off this podcast by discussing a little bit about Antonio Brown. Everybody knows the pussy he's really turned into.
Dude,
come
stop.
on, dude.
Stop.
I'm a Steeler fan, okay?
Exactly.
I'm a diehard.
Stop.
What do you mean stop? What are
You're
you
biased.
biased?
Bro, okay, because you're a little butthurt.
Okay.
Hey, don't get me wrong. It was a bad breakup. It was a bad
Come
breakup.
on, dude.
It was bad.
Unnecessary. Unnecessary. You're gonna go out thinking, yeah, okay, I'm not gonna lie. Antonio Brown, there's a very good chance he could go down as potentially the greatest wide receiver of all time. But
One of them.
But to cry with your quarterback, to cry with your head coach, to cry about your teammates, talk shit to other players on your own team. Like, why don't you sack up, be a man, close your mouth, and just say, hey, I want to be traded, and then not say a word anymore. Go somewhere else, do your thing. But he's just all about his money. He's all about the fashion now. He's all about this guy. There's been people who came out and said, Antonio Brown, when he came to the league, great guy, was respectable, was very humble, was looking forward to, making this type of success for himself. And then the minute he makes money, the minute he starts hanging out with famous people, the minute he's getting all these accolades, yes, you get your accolades, fantastic. You're doing your job properly to make a better name for yourself. But don't turn into a douche.
Yeah. Hey, I'm not going to lie. Once I saw that mustache that he's growing, and he started looking like that weird-ass walrus.
Jeez, bro.
That's when I started to really hate him. But, hey, all hate aside, he's going to produce for you in the fantasy leagues, and that's why we're having this conversation.
You are correct. He is going to produce, which I'll take him all day.
He's that guy who's straight up going to be like, dude, I need the ball more. And he probably wants it for his own selfish agenda. He's trying to break Jerry Rice's records and whatnot, like he said.
Yeah.
What we said back in May
or
March.
March.
Back in March. So he's trying to break records, and that's great for him.
Mm-hmm.
But for me in fantasy, I need you to catch at least 6-7 balls a game,
and
give me at least 3 touchdowns.
And I agree.
I need you to ball out.
No, listen,
and
I
he's
agree.
gonna fight for that.
Of course, and I couldn't agree more. If I have the opportunity to take him, I'll take him. But there's 2 things holding me back on that. One, his quarterback's Derek Carr. Okay. 2,
dude, Derek Carr's the best.
Stop. 2, I believe he's a little injured right now at the moment. According to Vic Tafur, he's a part of The Athletic. They cover Bay Area sports. He's been covering the Raiders lately. And Antonio Brown is going to be seeing a foot specialist. He's been on the NFI list throughout training camp so far. For those of you who don't know what the NFI list is, it's the non-football injury report. And obviously for non-football, injuries could be something really serious. And for him to, see a foot specialist, see what they're going to say about it, see how long he could be out, there's potential that Antonio Brown, one, may not be a first or second round draft choice this year. I'm playing. I'm playing. He will be. If I can take him in the second round, I'll take him in the second round.
He's not going to make it to the second round. Again, he's that type of guy. He's going to fight for his fantasy points. Not knowing his fantasy points, just fighting for his, his actual stats for his career.
Yeah.
But I just want to say maybe the hot air balloon is where this, non-football injury happened.
He injured his foot on a hot air balloon.
Well, you tell me, you randomly show up to training camp in a hot air balloon.
I think he's already been hurt.
Your foot hurts.
He's already been a little injured.
Hey.
His off-season workouts, whatever he wants to do,
Speaking of that, have you seen the video of him? He's on a medicine ball with these bug glasses.
Yeah, I saw
and he's
that.
just throwing balls. Dude,
he's catching them all.
Yeah. Oh my God, he's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know how that helps you.
He's a freak
any
of
sort
nature,
of
man.
Football.
Yeah,
totally.
Well, supposedly those glasses were to
to blind him.
Yeah, basically, or have some little vision.
But it's not like you're going to be blind in a game, so I don't know why that's.
And the Johnny Cash fell down.
Dude. Welcome to the big leagues.
Oh, that's awesome.
You're telling me the thumbtack couldn't hold it up?
Man, sorry. For people who haven't seen this podcast yet, all right, we have a little Johnny Cash.
Had.
Oh, we have a Johnny Cash flag, and he's over here using the middle finger, checking out the audience with his guitar. And to me, it's pretty gangster. I wanted to put it up here so we can have it down and kind of say, all right, Cash is in session. But, Kaznowski's over here putting it up now. And like I said, me being a big Steeler fan, and I was a huge fan of Antonio Brown. I just don't appreciate the way he went out on the Steelers. I don't appreciate the way he went out on his ex-teammates for, us drafting him in the 6th round and, him turning out to be a superstar. And like I said, fantastic on your part. You did your job. You did everything necessary to, make yourself better, make a better name for yourself, and, provide income and protection for your family moving forward. Uh-oh. Look at this guy.
You got some chew talk.
Oh, man, you just better be able to talk, man. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, Antonio Brown, freak of nature. He can still do it all. I'm just a little nervous right now about his foot. We'll really see how it plays out. And Derek Carr. I'm telling you right now, Derek Carr is not a good quarterback. Whoever you think, or I'm sorry, for the people who say Derek Carr's a good quarterback, they are biased Raider fans. That's really it. He can barely throw a ball. He's fairly inconsistent, in my opinion. And the Raiders don't have any other wide receivers on their staff at the moment besides Antonio Brown. So for Antonio Brown to produce and, do his thing, he's going to be double-teamed. And let's see if he can get out of those double teams. I lost a thumbtack over here.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I did not find the dumb tack.
The dumb tack?
The
You didn't
thumb
find the
tack.
dumb tack, huh?
Hey, listen, just so you know, we've been drinking all day at golf.
Oh, yes.
Just
Yes,
so
we
our
have.
listeners know.
Those special seltzers that we got.
Yeah, I just forget the name of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird. I just feel like if I got a weird Venmo / check deposited to my bank account, I may be able to remember the name.
I think you're right.
I'm not sure.
I think you're right.
Also, speaking of Madden, it just came back to my memory. With Barstool Sports and PMT, specifically Big Cat. Please, for the love of God, stop tweeting out these Madden codes, because I'm going to be up all night just typing in these fucking codes, because, yeah, it's like, I'm trying to say fuck them, like, I don't care, but I do care.
Yeah.
I want these Madden codes. If you got some free shit for me, I want the free shit.
Yeah.
I just bought Madden for, $60-$70? Like, I don't know. Just don't play with my heart. Don't play with my heart.
Don't go breaking my heart.
My achy, breaky heart.
Oh, man, that's classic. So, moving forward to another topic, do you think Melvin Gordon will, 1, either be traded, or 2, hold off this season like Le'Veon Bell did?
That's a great question. I think he's going to be traded because this has happened very early in the season. I think teams are going to assess their running back situation. Don't get me wrong. It's like it's tough to value a running back financially. Like financially, like keeping everything in perspective with your money. You don't want to pay a running back because they get the most hit, and it's kind of a risky investment is what it comes down to. If you're going to put a price on human beings, it's a risky investment. And that's why running backs aren't getting the money. That's why Zeke's hiding out in Cabo right now.
I agree.
And I just...
Cabo Wabo, baby.
Cabo Wabo. Dude, and for the record, Zeke, as much as I hate the guy because I am a diehard Eagles fan, he goes to Cabo and he comes back in shape. He comes back ready to go.
Yes.
I don't know what kind of Mexican parties he's going to, but they're getting down and he's getting in shape.
Dude, seriously. He's doing something out there. Maybe it's the water. Maybe it's that type of tequila he's getting out there. You never know.
Yeah.
Orale.
but I don't see Melvin Gordon. He cannot stay with the Chargers. Like, you don't come back from this. You saw with Le'Veon Bell, what happened with the locker room, and especially I'm pretty sure Antonio Brown didn't help that. He made it even worse. But like when players are selfish about their own financial well-being, it gets heard throughout the locker room, throughout the team, even the fans. Like they at that point they don't even want you. And I almost said San Diego, but they're officially LA.
You are correct.
They're LA for good, right?
Yes, for good.
Right.
Well, I mean, we don't know, like, for good, because for all we know, they can go back to San Diego basically whenever they want.
Right.
I mean, unless they're going to get their stadium, so that's why they really wanted to go, because San Diego was not going to get them a new stadium. Maybe, like, renovations, but I think they wanted a new stadium, man. Over here in L.A., they're like, hey, we'll feed you guys a stadium. Your fans are over here. Well, no, they have fans in San Diego, but a lot of fans for the Chargers drive out from Orange County, drive out from L.A., they go to San Diego to go watch the games. Who wouldn't want to go to San Diego?
Bro, but you got to keep in mind, like, they had Comic-Con in San Diego, and the head coach of the Chargers was walking around, and people had no idea who he was.
Oh, really?
I mean, I'm sure Comic-Con's got a different audience than the NFL.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure they don't intertwine too much. But in general, you should know
I
the
agree.
guy. You know what I mean?
I
Like,
agree. Your football
just-
team's head coach.
yeah, and,
Yeah.
and it just I don't think they have that many fans, but nonetheless, I don't think Melvin Gordon's going to be with the Chargers anymore. They have to trade him. But that brings up this other topic, which the NBA's been doing a lot, which is essentially breaching your contract. You sign these big contracts, these big deals, but then you don't stay with that team for the amount of time. And it's one thing if it's a mutual decision. It's another thing if you say as a player, you want to be selfish about it and be like, oh, sorry, I know I signed a 4-year deal, but after year one, I don't like this. I'm not liking this. I want to go to a new team. No reasoning, no rhyme or reason. I want to go to a new team. That's it. I want to get more money. Like, dude, I mean, you say something like that. How do you expect people to back you up with that, you know?
I agree, but most of the time, players wanting to leave is because, bad situations, maybe head coach problems.
Okay, but Melvin Gordon, what kind of bad situation is that? You could be a Super Bowl contending team, and now instead of being a team player and being with it, you're going to hold out for your own selfish interests.
See, but...
That's...
And I get what you're saying, and I do agree with that. Team player, your team's there. Like, there's a very good shot. The Chargers can, obviously, I think they're going to win the division. I think
agree.
the Chiefs are still strong, but I think the Chargers are going to slip by. They're going to win their division.
I think slip by is an understatement.
Really?
Austin Eckler, I had him on both my fantasy leagues. He dropped. People didn't pick him up. I was like, dude, you guys are missing out. And you know what? He's like 5'6", 5'7", like your boy. I'm just saying. I'm revving the short folks, and dude, he gets down. He plays hard. He's good. He catches out of the backfield too.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
He's got some hands.
He's a good backup, but I think with him and who's the other guy they have?
Melvin Gordon?
No. No, they have another pretty good backup, a
Do
decent
they?
backup. So I think with Austin Eckler taking the lead, I think they have a decent enough backup to like fill that backup position.
Potentially.
And I think the whole Melvin Gordon situation is going to be like
Do you think Austin Eckler can produce better than Melvin Gordon?
Yes.
Really?
Melvin Gordon also was very injury prone.
I agree.
So Austin Eckler got a lot of reps,
Mm-hmm.
got a lot of time. That's why, even as a backup running back, he still produced in fantasy last year.
Yeah.
So as a backup running back, if you're putting up those numbers, that means that the starting running back is not playing that much.
Well,
for whatever reason.
he's getting his points mostly in PPR as well. He like you said, he catches out of the backfield. He got the little shake and bake type deal, kind of like a Darren Sproles when Darren Sproles was back there on the Chargers. That's the type of player I can see Austin Eckler being. Some stats that I pulled up earlier. Austin Eckler's career stats for yards per touch, 6.6 yards. And then yards after contact per touch, 3.7 yards. So he can do a little bit of damage.
That's right.
To get contact and gain an extra 4 yards, that's fantastic. For his size, for his speed, and the type of player he is, I think that's wonderful. Obviously for the Chargers, potentially fantasy players as well, but we'll see what happens with Melvin Gordon. I think the Chargers need to fork up and pay Melvin Gordon. He's a top 5 running back. You pay the man what he deserves. Le'Veon Bell. I think the Steelers should have paid him last year, but they went some different way. They didn't feel comfortable. I don't know. They were scared about it. Whatever. And James Conner stepped up. So that's another thing that I am curious about with Austin Eckler this season, because exactly, Le'Veon Bell didn't play. James Conner stepped up, was a powerhouse for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Tore it up until injury later in the season. Things happen, but Austin Eckler, there's potential he can do the same. So we'll really see how that goes out for him this season.
I think you're going to see a lot out of Austin Eckler. I completely disagree with you that I don't think the Chargers should be trying to fork out a bunch of money for Gordon. Do we know what year they are? What year he's on his contract?
I believe this is Melvin Gordon's last year on his
Final
contract,
year.
which is why he's sitting out wanting more money.
All right, so
But did they not?
I'm not going to retract my statement because I still think like you should be playing as a team player and then like kind of working through it as you go. But he does have a point.
Yeah.
As a running back's perspective, like if you're looking for a new deal,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm sure his agent's asking for like a whole lot of money that
Well,
like
the
that
Chargers,
no running's probably got.
The Chargers offered him $10 million a year, and they immediately said no, and then that's when he requested a trade. I think he's worth more. Le'Veon Bell got 4 years, $50 million.
Again, you got to keep in mind that these guys are playing.
Is that what he got? DJ Sploosh, would you mind finding out Le'Veon Bell's contract from the Jets?
If you could also find out the top paid running back right now.
That's Todd Gurley.
That's not how much.
I think he got 4 years, 60 million, 60 plus potentially. Todd Gurley as well, please.
60 million a year?
Not 60 million a year. 4 years, 60 million total.
Okay.
I think.
Okay.
That's what it sounds like because I remember when that came out. Obviously it was a big deal, and that was the type of money Le'Veon Bell wanted.
Right.
But Le'Veon Bell, I believe, is 2 or 3 years older than Todd Gurley, so that's what kind of made them say no. We're not going to give you that money when you're 2, 3 years older. You've already been injured in the past. But now look at Todd Gurley. Todd Gurley just had big knee problems this past season and in the playoffs as well. So we'll find out if this season he could, produce.
So speaking of Le'Veon Bell, this brings us to our next topic, which is like in fantasy football. I won a few games last year because of people who had Todd Gurley on their team, and Todd Gurley took the knee at the goal line.
Oh my God, dude! Yeah. I'll never forget that.
And I remember because I'm an Eagles fan. I remember Brian Westbrook.
I still think that game was rigged, but that's a different story for another day. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, I like when Brian Westbrook did it. I was like, dude, that's noble. I love it. We won the game. But if you got fantasy hopes on the line, to watch Todd Gurley do that, I was like, dude, thank God. But that's how you know Todd Gurley's not going to be there for you, like for your fantasy team. But you got Le'Veon Bell. He just posted this week, as see all on ESPN NFL on Instagram. This is long overdue, but I want to take a moment to apologize to all the fantasy owners who picked me last year. I'm sorry I couldn't pull through for y'all.
Number 1, number 2 pick.
But trust me. And this year is about to be way different.
What a piece of shit.
Hey. But he says this year is about to be way different.
I don't know
I'm
about
bringing
that,
and then he put 2 trophy emojis this year with 2 devil emojis.
Really?
So,
well, before moving forward on this Le'Veon Bell situation, our producer just said that Todd Gurley's contract, or no, Le'Veon Bell's contract, Jacob? Le'Veon Bell or Todd Gurley? Le'Veon Bell's contract for the Jets was 4 year, $52 million is what he received.
Okay, yeah, that's good money.
Can you find out Todd Gurley's contract, please? And like I said, I'm pretty sure Todd Gurley was like 4 years, 60, 65. There's a chance.
But I'm sure these guys are getting endorsement deals too on the side.
Easy money.
So yeah,
easy
but
money.
like,
so they're already loaded.
Right.
Why are you gonna cry about more money?
Dude, give me $1 million and I watch what I can do with it. That's it, just $1 million. I don't need 10. I don't need 60. Just give me $1 million. Let me see what I can do with it.
Yeah, I'll take $1 million and I'll put my body in the line any day for NFL. Okay, so 4 year, 57.5 what Todd Gurley got, but Todd Gurley got that a year before.
Right.
So, not that big a difference. Yeah, but potentially.
But so going back to Le'Veon Bell though, like he got his money, he got his he got paid. But I love that he came out and addressed like, dude, fantasy owners, I know you picked me because you thought I'd ball out for you. I'm sorry it didn't work out. This year I will ball out for you. So obviously, he's got his contract. He's committed to the Jets, and I'm sure he's committed to his own, NFL career and his stats there. But those players do care about fantasy stats. They do want to be known as the greatest fantasy players alive.
Dude,
he came out. He straight up said, "I got you guys."
So so you're saying by Le'Veon Bell coming out and say, "Hey, I got you guys. Sorry about last year. Pick me again." That's gonna make me want to pick him now that he's on the Jets. With no offensive line?
I'm just saying. Okay. I saw a lot.
You're from New Jersey. You tell me what about the Giants and the Jets line. Saquon Barkley had a fantastic year, but the Jets have 0 line. 0.
Okay, Saquon, I think is the number 1 overall pick.
I agree.
Because Saquon,
freak.
you're going to get a guy catching passes out of the backfield, especially now that they just lost all of their receivers.
Yeah.
That Corey Coleman get a ACL injury.
Yes.
He has Sterling Shepard with the fractured thumb.
Yeah.
And then you got Golden Tate, who got suspended for PEDs. Which, I mean, he's kind of old. I kind of expected him to be on some sauce,
I agree.
But with all that in mind, like, they're not going to be throwing the ball to receivers. They got to run the ball all the time. And they had to throw it to Saquon.
But that's what hurts me about Saquon Barkley now is that he's the top option and the entire
he was
defense.
Last year too.
But there was OBJ was there. Okay, Sterling Shepard was healthy, but that's what scares me is that the entire defense is going to be going after Saquon Barkley. Obviously they need a block for him. Obviously he's got to get stuff going on for him, but there is going to be a lot of workload for him. There's going to be a lot of pressure to build up to.
I agree. I still think just whether it's in garbage time or what, Saquon's going to be the guy to put up the points. He's guaranteed to give you a bunch of touches, especially in the PPR league. He's going to give you the points you need.
Oh, yeah. Easy money. He'll catch 5 balls a game.
But to get back to Le'Veon, with that post that he he put up, that's how you know he's not going to pull like a Todd Gurley knee at the goal line. You know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to get at. He's no matter what, if he's in a position to give you points, he's going to give you points, and you have no doubts about it. And that's what I want in a running back. Because I think about this stuff.
I agree.
It's huge.
No, I agree with you. I totally agree. Moving forward on some potential fantasy running backs this season, looking up some, Bleacher Report stuff earlier today. Based on the current defensive rosters, the toughest running backs, it's going to be 5 running backs. Toughest running backs for the fantasy strength of the schedule. Not in this order. Leonard Fournette for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Josh Jacobs, rookie running back for the Raiders. Devontae Freeman, running back for the Falcons. Melvin Gordon / Austin Eckler. Obviously, there's that little situation going on there, so we don't know who the starting running back's going to be. And then Marlon Mack for the Colts. So these running backs, Leonard Fournette had kind of a down year last year. That kind of...
he had a lot of injuries and stuff, too.
Yeah, that as well. So that kind of, puts me away from not really picking him, but drafting him early.
But so on Fournette, I did see on Instagram, it was from Bleacher Report or ESPN, but they're covering and they said that the Jaguars' offense is changing, and they're going to start throwing the ball a lot more to the running back. They said the running back.
Leonard Fournette has no hands, buddy.
Dude, it's not that hard to turn around.
You're right,
the ball.
And you tell Leonard Fournette that
he doesn't have to run routes.
You tell Leonard Fournette that.
Everyone run a route. Nick Foles just do whatever, do big dick Nick stuff. Just look around and then just drop it down, and then boom, you get a catch, and then I'm sure he's gonna go at least 10 to 15.
You tell Leonard Fournette, hey buddy, it's not that hard. Let's see what he says. And I agree, it's not that hard. But for some reason, this guy's got 0 fucking hands. A lot of running backs have 0 fucking hands.
That is true.
Which makes different running backs better opportunities in fantasy football, PPR leagues, obviously, because of their catching abilities.
But in general, watch out for the Jaguars' offense, running backs.
I can see
well, whether it's TJ Yeldon or whether it's
they have a strong schedule with their defensive with the defensive teams that they will be playing.
That's more of a reason to throw it to the running back though. If you're facing a good defense and your
buddy,
receivers
do you not understand this list? They're saying be aware of these players because of the strength of their schedule versus the defenses that they're going to play. They're saying you can still take them. Just be aware that their schedule is difficult for them to receive the points that they maybe had last year or even the year before.
Yeah, but just because some stats come out and then you're like, oh, wow, they're facing some good defenses, it's not like they're not going to score. They're still going to put up some points, and people are still going to, whether you're getting yards or not scoring. I'm just saying, the Jaguars' offense is going to be a lot more intricate and more dependent on the running backs this year. That's what I saw.
Okay.
So whoever the running back is, you should definitely draft them. At least put them on your bench.
Yeah, no,
if they're facing the Bears or something, yeah, put them on the bench.
Or a lot of teams. Obviously, things take time throughout the season, and we already know who the top 3-4 defenses are. And if you have let's just say, like you said, Leonard Fournette playing against the Bears defense, there's a chance that some people may start him. There's a chance some people may not start him and put somebody else from their bench who's playing the Dolphins defense, who's playing the Lions defense, who's playing the Eagles defense.
Whoa. I feel attacked.
Yeah, you should feel attacked.
Just so you know, the Eagles have one of the best defenses in the league.
And honestly, they really do.
Just signed
I think they're nice.
The Titan safety. I completely forget his name. He's kind of irrelevant, I'm not going to lie.
So what are you talking about?
I'm just saying we're making moves.
Whatever.
We got depth.
Whatever. Somebody that really intrigues me on this list is Josh Jacobs. There's always been a lot of good things about him since his Alabama days and being a part of the Raiders offense. They're talking about how he could potentially look into being another Marshawn Lynch type of player.
Whoa. So that is a big
you're
statement.
Right. You're right. It is a big statement. And I'm not saying he's going to live up to it. I'm not saying he will do it. But there's been talk about his type of play style. There's been talk about the strength of his legs, his body, and the way he moves on the way Marshawn Lynch used to do it as well.
You saw that documentary about Josh Jacobs?
I did not.
So leading up to the draft, they're doing all these documentaries on these players and whatnot. And Josh Jacobs, I guess he was a guy. Classic story. He came from nothing. He was living in a truck with his family,
wow,
or in a car, and he just football's all he knows. You know what I mean? He's hard nosed, from the streets. He's a guy who he will just put his body on the line. And I agree.
Well, there you go, man.
I would want him on my fantasy team. My only thing is I am very hesitant about drafting rookies in general. I drafted Mike Williams coming out of Clemson. He went to the Chargers. And then he had some injury problems, but then he was still playing a little bit.
He did not play his rookie season.
He played a little bit.
I don't think he played a game his rookie season.
I'm pretty sure he did.
DJ Sploosh, can you find out if Mike Williams played a game his rookie season?
Nonetheless, when he did start playing, Mike Williams had a bunch of just great stats and great reviews, and everyone kept saying, "Though this is the guy."
Yeah, there's a lot of hype.
He's gonna be the guy. There's a lot of hype, and he just didn't produce at all.
You're right.
Up until last year, which is his second, third year in the league.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just saying, be wary of.
But last year he was
rookies
still
in general.
shaky too. He had some games where it was like, "Oh man, this guy top of the notch. He's looking fantastic." Then there were some games where like, "Where the fuck did he go?" But yeah, I think Mike Williams will have a breakout season this year, only because the Chargers are ready to explode to be that powerhouse in their division. And Keenan Allen, still a great wide receiver, but don't be surprised if there's more double team coverage on him, which brings open coverage for Mike Williams.
Right. Yeah. But on that topic, Phillip Rivers, would you put him at a definitely top 5 running back, right? Or I'm sorry, top 5 quarterback. He may run
right now in the NFL.
Right now. Well, given his offense and weapons he has around him, why not?
You know what? Why not? Why not? And he had a really good season last year as well. He threw for a lot of touchdowns, threw for a lot of yards. So, yeah, why not? And speaking about top 5 quarterbacks, I'm not putting Tom Brady in that category this year. One.
Finally, someone to say it. Waiting all damn day.
One, because he's up there in age. He doesn't have his arm that he's had before in the past, where he goes the ball 60 yards. He's more of like 5 yards a game, to be honest. 5-6 yards a game. I mean, obviously they're open. They get open, so might as well toss him. What's up?
He played in 10 games his rookie year and
Really?
the whole season last year.
That's right.
Last year was his second year or third year?
There's only 2017 and 2018.
Yeah. So
Oh, wow.
yeah, dude, I told you. I know my shit. I
I
read a book once.
Oh yeah.
Believe it or not.
Yeah, you
So,
read a
I
book
read a
once.
book once.
All right. To our viewership, really sorry about that mishap. Won't happen again. But I just thought he didn't play a game his rookie year. Obviously, so he missed 6 games, 7 games. 6 games because the week 17 is a bye for them.
But no,
Well, not
but
week
with Brady though, on top of everything, he lost Gronk.
Yeah.
All right, so because of our affiliation to ASU, I'm gonna really root for N'Keal Harry. I really hope N'Keal Harry.
man.
I think I know I just said I don't trust rookies.
Yeah.
But I think he's a rookie worth drafting. In lower rounds, this is you're kind of putting your bench together.
Mhm.
I think N'Keal Harry is a solid pickup because they literally have no one else.
Well, they had Julian Edelman still.
Okay, but he's missing some games too, right? Or
No,
no,
not right now.
He's out right now with an injury. I'm pretty sure.
Really?
Yeah. foot
There's
injury.
potential,
Or-
but I'm not going to say yes or no. He might be. DJ Spoos, would you mind checking up the status on Julian Edelman, please?
Nonetheless, they have Julian Edelman,
Edelman.
and then they have N'Keal Harry.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Julian Edelman's healthy.
Okay, fine.
But,
Perfect.
go-
Edelman's going to get double coverage at least, and then you got N'Keal Harry on the other side. And then, don't get me wrong, they're going to probably be heavy on the run with Sonny Michel.
Dude, they have 4
James
running
White.
backs. They have Sonny Michel, James White. They have Rex Burkhead and Damian Harris.
Damian Harris from Alabama?
Yes.
The rookie?
Yes. They drafted this year. But that's another thing. Patriots running backs scare me this year.
They scare me every year.
yeah,
I
but-
had Rex Burkhead, James White,
Yeah.
and I was trying to get Sonny Michel, but I only had 2 of them, and it would just be week to week. You're kind of
Yeah, you're right. So Sonny Michel, great running back. When a lot of games that he had, he was able to produce and have some great games. But somebody that on the Patriots running back roster is James White. That motherfucker catches left and right. He's always open, and the Patriots believe in him. So don't be surprised if if James White goes. I'm gonna say top 5 rounds, top 6 rounds.
Yeah, I had James White last year. He killed it for me.
I had him as well.
But again, it comes down to what the offensive coordinator does with him. They split him outside a lot, do little quick slants and things like that, and that's perfect, especially in PPR. But he killed it for me. But again, I would just stay away from the Patriots running backs.
Yeah.
And I would stay away from.
Unless you can get James White at a good or steal time in your draft.
Right.
100%.
Right. But I would say top running back in the league for me, Saquon. But like we talked about, he is going to be, especially with the wide receiver deficit they have right now, he's going to be targeted a lot by defenses. Number 2, which may be leaning to number 1, my boy. He looks just like me.
Dude,
How you
say
doing?
it. Say his name. Say his name.
Christian McCaffrey.
Hey, yo.
That's my guy.
I'm there with you. I'm there with you.
Dude.
Christian McCaffrey is a stud.
He's the boy.
The
Did you see
Panthers
the video?
offense runs through Christian McCaffrey.
Did you see that video of the fan, the lady? It's Christian McCaffrey signing autographs, and this lady pulls up on the sideline, and she's like, "Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, Christian, sign my hat, sign my hat!" And she's like literally like undulating on
Really?
It was crazy.
Dang.
And Christian's just like, "All right, dude."
Yeah,
give
he's
me your
like,
hat,
all right,
let's chill."
psycho, chill out.
But it's like,
Oh,
all right,
that's
dude, like,
great.
So if anything ever
That's
happens
awesome.
to Christian McCaffrey, we know exactly who did it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
And then also somebody who should be, in my opinion, a top 3 running back, which I think he is, but can fight for a number 1 or number 2 spot, is Alvin Kamara.
Alvin Kamara.
Yes.
I had him last year. I am a little wary about. So I had him last year because I knew for a fact that him and Ingram would be splitting some carries and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But like, he would be more of the catcher out of the backfield, the pass catcher, and that's why I drafted him.
But he still
he's
runs the
elusive like
shit
that.
out of the ball
He
when they
still
hand it
runs
to
the
him.
ball well. But if it's only him, I feel like the stamina and like being in the full game the whole time. I'm not confident.
Well, he's
about
not gonna do that. They'll have a back. They have Latavius Murray to back him up. Latavius Murray, I think he's still a great running back as well. He still can do some
That's
damage.
true. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I would say and Kamara top 3.
Yeah.
I would say Saquon, McCaffrey, and then Kamara. I'm not even gonna put Zeke on the list.
I would if
I
he
would not.
was.
I would not.
Well,
because,
no.
dude,
I'd put him on.
Hey, Gator don't play no shit. Gator don't play no shit. If you're not showing up to training camp,
okay, that's
if
why.
you're gonna be a jabroni,
Yes.
like I'm not gonna draft you onto my team
I
because
agree.
I don't need a
I'm not
Le'Veon
gonna
Bell
touch him.
situation.
Yeah,
in
no,
my
I'm not gonna deal with it again.
Exactly.
I was not one. Actually, no, I wasn't. I was not one of the suckers who picked him up last year and had him sit out the whole season. But because of that situation, I'm not gonna pick up Melvin Gordon in the first round. I'm not gonna pick up Ezekiel Elliott in the first round either. If he comes to me, only because of these contract disputes and him sitting out the season. Melvin Gordon is a different story because he wants a trade request. So if he gets traded, yeah, fuck it, I'll pick him up now because obviously that team's gonna sign him for big.
That's right.
So I mean, then yeah, hell yeah, he's gonna play. But speaking about wide receivers, I think the number 1 wide receiver in my opinion is Michael Thomas. I think the guy's a monster. He can do it all: jump, catch, run. He's got the face for it, dude. His face. Have you seen the man's face mask?
I love
It's
that.
so basic.
I love that he does the
I
eye
love
black with the crosses.
Dude.
it just like if you're lining up
He
against
is a
that, you're like,
football
dude,
player, bro.
fuck, this
He's a
guy means
monster.
business.
Oh yeah.
But the only thing I don't like about Michael Thomas is he just got paid. And that's so when you get paid, I feel like there's a sense of complacency that you can't help. It just settles in a little bit.
See,
It
right.
usually
You're right.
happens, and that's why it's like and he came out and he said like, "Hey, I got to prove what I'm worth," and I get that, and I'm sure.
But he ain't no AB who talks a lot of smack on the side.
Right.
He's kind of shy. I'm not gonna say he's shy, but he's a quiet dude.
Right.
He plays for himself. He plays for his team. I think he works hard for his money. Obviously, AB does as well, but AB turned into a little pussy on us. That's what I don't like.
That's a biased statement. That's a bias.
Oh,
hey,
bro.
DJ Sploosh,
Get outta here,
edit
man.
that out. Nah, I would say again because I'm more of like I like a player's attitude, and Julio Jones. He came out and he straight up said like I want at least 3,000 yards.
Yeah.
Like when you come out and say some shit like that, I'm like, bro, welcome to the squad. Like,
I agree. And Matt Ryan's going to take that into effect. He's going to feed him. He's going to want to help him gain those 3,000 yards. So, well, obviously, he's a real guy to really look up to. Also, DeAndre Hopkins. DeAndre Hopkins is going to be something to look forward to. He's always had great seasons so far. There's might have been a couple times where he's been hurt, but he still played as well.
He plays through the injury.
Yes.
And that's huge.
It is, but it scares me because let's just say he thinks it's a little, oh man, my heel's sore. Oh man, my foot's sore. So he's still going to play. Next thing we know, his foot's broken.
Well,
That's what scares me about players playing through the pain. Take your time off. It's okay. Make yourself healthy for you to win me the fucking championship in the goddamn playoffs.
No, but okay.
That's what I care about.
When there's only 16 games in a season, every game matters.
I agree.
And that's why you're gonna play through injuries.
Buddy, this is fantasy football we're talking about. We all got to make money too, okay?
Yeah.
We're putting money down on picking players, doing well, and making us money in the playoffs and the goddamn championship. Okay? That's what's going on.
Yeah.
So
but I'm saying
if you're
like
hurt,
Dude, they're playing for
Take your time off,
championships.
buddy.
They get their playoff bonuses and shit like that. Like, they're trying to play too.
You're
That's what I'm
right.
saying. But with the Texans, I will say with Hopkins, like, I'm not convinced that they have the receiving core around him that's going to be healthy. You had Kyle Fuller, who he had his ACL injury. You got Kike Cutie?
Cutie, I believe it is. Yeah.
Cutie? Okay, I don't want to say that
QT
live.
maybe.
Kike Cutie. Maybe Cute.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
going to say Cute.
Yeah, we want to keep it.
So,
we want to keep it
Kike
light.
Cute. He's another guy I drafted.
Yeah.
He could not stay healthy, and I just, with all that in mind, like, I still would draft DeAndre Hopkins because I've seen videos already from practices and scrimmages. Like, he's like Watson just throwing the ball in the general area.
Dude, he can do it all.
He's one-hand
He
catching.
catches the ball, fucking no look. He can do it all, man. All.
Yeah.
All. And you know what else? My favorite thing to really talk about when it comes to fantasy football? The sleepers. These are the ones that are really going to make us money. The ones that are say, holy shit, we picked them up on the goddamn waiver wire.
That's
That
right.
motherfucker's a superstar now.
That's right.
Somebody who's a sleeper this year, Kyler Murray.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, it goes back to my statement on the rookies. It's a gamble.
You're right. You're right. But for a quarterback position and your name being Kyler Murray, there's a chance I might take some opportunities on you in specific games because of, the certain defenses that they play. And, we'll see how it really plays out for him. But I think he's going to have a great season. There was a lot of talk saying, don't be surprised if he puts up magical quarterback rookie numbers,
So I would.
including rushing.
I'm actually more sold on Kyler Murray over the other rookies
Oh, yeah.
because like when Chip Kelly first got the NFL and he brought that college
Joke.
offense. Whoa.
Yeah, you heard
Okay,
it here first.
overall, yes, joke. But that
Stay in
first
college, buddy.
But that first year, they could not stop the RPO, the run pass option. They could not stop it. That's
then
when
what
Nick
happened?
Foles. That's when Nick Foles was breaking records.
And then what happened?
That 1 year it worked, and then
So
they
then what
fizzled
happened?
out. But then they fizzled out.
No, if it worked in the 1 year, did they go to the playoffs?
No, because in the NFL you adjust and you figure it out.
Well, there you go.
I know, but to your point, Kyler Murray is going to put up points because I think Cliff Kingsbury is going to put this new offense there.
It works
that
for
the
Kyler
NFL's
Murray.
not going to work. Yeah, it's going to
Yeah,
work for
it
Kyler
works for
Murray.
Kyler
And
Murray.
NFL defenses aren't used to seeing this. They're not used to the adjustments, things
Well,
like that.
I mean-
and don't get me wrong, along the lines, they're probably going to adjust, and Kyler's going to have to improvise and things like that. But
He's got the
right,
legs,
right
bro.
out of the gate, out of the gate, and throughout this first year, I think Kyler Murray is going to put up points because NFL defenses, it's going to be completely different from what they're seeing from other teams.
I agree. DJ Switch, can you find out the Cardinals' first game of the season for me, please? Depending on who they're playing this first game, and if I'm able to draft Kyler Murray, I might start him.
I'm sure Kyler Murray's not gonna be too high.
Kyler,
on the draft
if
board.
you're seeing this, my man, just know that we are here in Tempe. We're here, just on Mill Avenue. So, hey, we're ready to talk to you, bro. We're ready to get this podcast moving
So,
on.
I actually, so someone from my hometown, Evan Lauder, shout you out. What's up, buddy?
What's up?
But he's a athletic trainer
Okay.
for the Cardinals. So he
Really?
and Dane was just telling us
That's right.
they're at brunch and they start FaceTiming each other and
Lions.
well, yeah. So maybe we get some insider information.
Dude, that'd be tight, man. That'd be tight. According to DJ Sploosh, the Cardinals are going to play the Lions. Is that going to be home or away? They play the Lions the first game of the season.
That's a pretty solid opener.
Home,
dude.
and it's a home
I
game.
did.
Home game.
I would bet on Kyler Murray that game.
I would too.
Yeah.
I would too. That's gonna be nice, man.
That would be impressive. And he still has fits. They picked up a lot of rookie receivers. That big-bodied guy from Iowa State, Butler.
Not Hakeem Butler.
Was it Hakeem Butler? I think it's
That
Hakeem Butler.
sounds right.
But Butler from Iowa State, huge
Yeah,
body
yeah.
dude. They picked up Isabella, smaller guy, but
They
speedy.
still have Christian Kirk as well.
Christian Kirk,
He's got
that's
the-
right.
he's
He's
got
going to be
the
a lot
feet.
more integrated.
Yeah.
I think the Cardinals' offense could explode this year. They still
Mm-hmm.
have Patrick Peterson. He is going to be, I think, missing the first 4 games, PD.
Patrick Peterson as well.
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah,
that's what
yeah,
happens
yeah.
when you get older, man. They gotta get on the
Bro.
juice to stay fresh with the young guys.
At this point, it's almost like you have to do it.
Yeah, seriously.
And it's crazy how not everyone gets caught.
Yeah, it
Because it's like
is.
random drug testing.
Yeah, yeah.
But, yeah.
Wow, then somebody who I think will also be a fantasy sleeper is Jameis Winston with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I know you're gonna laugh. Trust me, I want to laugh about it as well. But Bruce Arians is his head coach now, and I think if there's one guy to fix Jameis Winston's problems, I think it's Bruce Arians. He can do the job. He started off, I don't know if he started off with the Steelers, but he was a Steelers coach there. And then from there, he got the head coaching position with the Arizona Cardinals, where his quarterback, Carson Palmer. They had some great seasons there. They did very well. They had a young defense as well that helped him out. Fitzgerald was there. Fitzgerald did fantastic. So I think Jameis Winston could potentially be another fantasy sleeper this year.
I disagree just because Winston has had Mike Evans this whole time.
Mike Evans still puts up numbers.
Okay.
Mike Evans, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so he still puts up numbers, but Winston's still throwing picks and everything like
You're
that.
right. You're right.
And I'm not going to compare Winston to Carson Palmer because that's just I take Carson
I'm not
Palmer every
either.
time. So I'm just saying, like, you can be a good coach to an extent. At the end of the day, it's up to the player. And I think
agree.
Winston's had a lot of opportunities. Maybe not the best head coach.
But he's had, thank you.
But,
he's had
but
some
still,
dumb head coaches in my
he's
opinion.
had the opportunities, and he just has not produced.
Mm-hmm.
He's got one crazy play in the NFL where he fucking ran around in his own end zone and somehow hucked the ball down the field, and Mike Evans made a spectacular catch.
Dude, that was
That
monstrous.
was like the only play I remember from Jameis Winston.
That was monstrous.
So I'm not going to say I don't say draft him. I
Yeah.
say stay away from pretty much Tampa Bay Buccaneers in total.
Yeah.
Like, if it was up to me, don't draft anyone.
No, in my opinion, I would not. There's one play, obviously, besides Mike Evans. I think he always has great seasons with Jameis Winston or not. Still isn't going to put up top wide receiver numbers. Somebody this year for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers who I think is going to blow up is Chris Godwin. So
I think it's Goodwin.
I can promise you it's Godwin.
Goodwin.
You want to make a bet?
Cool whip.
Stop. So, anyways, Chris Godwin's gonna blow up this year. They didn't lose. Well, yeah, they kind of lost him. Adam Humphries left to the Tennessee Titans.
Humphries.
Yeah.
He fucked me last year, so we're not friends. Adam Humphries, we're not friends.
Okay, so Chris Godwin, he's gonna blow up this year. He's actually a really big dude as well. Maybe not as big as Mike Evans, but solid size. He's got the hands. He's got the speed. I believe last year he had about, I want to say 10 or more touchdowns last season.
Who is this?
Chris Godwin.
Goodwin.
Yeah,
He's,
whatever.
All right, so, a little background on him. I'm pretty sure he's the Olympic runner, or he was doing some sort of Olympic track and field sport, and the guy can blaze. He can go down the field, and I think if the one and only Jameis Winston can deliver the ball, I think I agree he'll be spectacular.
Yeah.
I just do not believe in Jameis. And if you don't believe in the quarterback, it's tough to believe in the rest of the team, you know?
I get what you're saying. Just know that for the viewers out there, I like Chris Godwin. Don't be hesitant to snag him up whenever you get a chance. Someone else who I fucking enjoy, and I'm ready to see him explode. DK Metcalf for the Seattle Seahawks.
So when as soon as you said sleepers, because we don't really plan all this, we're just gonna do it off the top of the head. As soon as you said sleeper, the first guy popped in my head was DJ Metcalf.
DK, get it right.
DK.
Put some
Metcalf.
respect on his name,
Sorry.
right?
Hey, Mr.
He'll beat your ass.
Bro, have you seen the picture of him stand next to Tyler Lockett?
Yeah.
It's men amongst boys, bro. It's scary.
And Tyler Lockett might be considered the Seattle Seahawks #1 wide receiver this year. Obviously, DK Metcalf is still a rookie, so we'll see. Because Tyler Lockett had a great season last year.
Right.
But I think DK Metcalf, staying healthy, obviously, will be the next Megatron of the NFL.
Bro,
you heard it here first,
that's
everybody.
A bold statement.
You heard it here first.
But I'm behind it.
Yeah.
I am 100% behind
Pete Carroll loves DK
Yeah,
Metcalf, bro.
yeah.
Loves him. He's been stoked that he even fell down that low to them in the second round. I
Right.
thought DK Metcalf should have been a late first-round pick.
Bro, I'm not going to lie. When N'Keal Harry was the first wide receiver off the board,
I was shocked.
I was like, dude, are you sure? Like,
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I'm happy for
Oh,
it.
yeah,
I love like put
totally.
ASU on the map.
He's still
like, go
studs,
Devils,
for real,
but still, I was like, dude, wait, you guys are kind of fucking up.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
yeah, dude, DK Metcalf, I'm excited to see what he does this year.
Baller. It's gonna be
He's got
crazy.
the speed, he's got the height, he's
Right.
got the hops.
And I mean, Doug
He's got the
Baldwin.
body, he's
Doug
got the
Baldwin
hands.
is
Come on.
gone.
Yeah.
He retired technically.
Yeah, well,
But, I mean,
injury.
injury retired. Kind of. He's forced to retire. And
That
I mean,
sucks.
you think
Doug,
about
Doug Baldwin was sick too.
dude, but get Baldwin out of it, then what? You got Lockett, and that's it. You know what I mean? Like now you got Metcalf. And he's got to fill a hole that was just created, and I think he's going to be the guy.
I think so too.
And like you said, Pete Carroll loves him. I think Metcalf is a solid.
You got
draft.
Russell Wilson as a quarterback. That's another person. Russell Wilson, consistency on fantasy numbers. Consistent.
Right. Because you know why? Because he's not afraid to tuck it and run. When he
He's
needs to.
not.
He will
He's
run
not.
it, and he won't force it. He's not going to throw picks for you. Like,
Well,
he's going to be a smart
He
quarterback.
throws them, but
Okay, everyone throws interception. It
Yes.
happens. But I'm saying like he's not going to force a dumb ball, and like he'll just tuck it and give you 10 yards.
yeah.
So.
Another one that obviously was kind of weak last year due to injury was Aaron Rodgers. But this season, Don't be surprised Aaron Rodgers is MVP.
Back to his MVP form.
I think so. One, because he's starting off the season healthy. Let's hope he stays healthy. Two, he's got some weapons. He's got some weapons for wide receivers. His running back, Aaron Jones, I think is a monster. You give him the ball. If there's blocking, he's going to do some damage.
Well, that would be my question, is running backs. Because if they know you're throwing the ball because you don't have a running back, it's very hard to be a quarterback in the NFL.
But Aaron Rodgers is Aaron Rodgers.
I understand, but still, that's how you get injured. That's how he got injured.
Agree.
Because he was trying to be Aaron Rodgers. He needs some help as far as running backs goes, and I think Aaron Jones, hopefully, he was pretty solid, but he had some
Towards the end of the year,
injuries,
he
things
was.
like that. But I think I saw a post on Instagram somewhere that they were saying he wants to integrate Devontae Adams a lot more.
Oh, yeah.
And they just keep saying
Devontae Adams, superstar,
we
bro.
got to feed him the ball.
Yeah.
And I agree 100%.
A big sleeper for the Packers this season is Geronimo Allison.
Yes.
He's long, skinny, fast. I think he's got some hands on him.
He does.
So let's
He
hope
makes some
he
big
can-
catches.
Oh yeah, big time. So let's see what he does. And they got some other. Well, they don't have Randall Cobb anymore either. Randall Cobb's now in the Cowboys. I'm concerned because I don't know if I trust Dak Prescott or not. And if Zeke Elliott's not there, I really don't trust Dak
Bro,
Prescott.
I am so excited.
What do you mean?
So excited because Zeke's gonna have this little holdout here, right? And I think the Cowboys are gonna lose like the first 3 games, and then Jerry Jones will be like, "Well, shit, I'm gonna have to go on and pay Zeke if we're gonna win any damn football games."
But did
And
you
then-
see what Jerry Jones said though?
Yeah, he said we don't need no league.
League
We wouldn't need no
rusher.
league rusher to win a championship, bro. Emmitt Smith, that's the last time you won, when you had the league leading rusher on your team with Emmitt Smith. And now you're trying to say, "Oh, nah, we don't need him."
Come on,
brother.
dumb Cowboys.
And I just
America's
wanna-
team,
hey,
my ass. Get out of here.
Little conspiracy. I think Jerry Jones purposely sent Zeke Elliott to Cabo to just avoid this whole little law thing they got going on with the guy suing him. I think he's like, you know what, Zeke? Just hop on over, Cowboy. we got a little training facility, all the illegal things you need, and we'll let you know when this dies down.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know too much about that dumb crap
Hey,
that's going
little
on.
conspiracy. Hey, they're getting sued. And I think this is all part of it. Like, it's very convenient for the contract talks to happen with this. I think it's like, yo, Zeke, we're gonna pay you money. We're gonna pay all the money you want. Just stay hidden for about 2 months. As soon as the
2
season
months.
starts, bro.
Season starts in a month, my
I know.
guy.
Wait, I don't have this law. This law thing's gonna take a little while. You got court and everything like that. Like, it could take a little while. And I think the Cowboys are gonna lose a few games because Zeke's not there. And once it becomes evident, they're gonna settle the whole being sued thing on the side. And once that's settled, watch Zeke conveniently make his way back into the lineup. If it happens, you heard it here first.
Okay.
I'm just
Okay.
a
I see the
conspiracy.
route that you're
it's
going.
It's a conspiracy.
I see it.
But it's possible.
Okay.
Again, I'm a big House of Cards guy. I know how this happens behind the
Weirdo,
scenes.
bro.
Behind the scenes.
Weirdo. Someone else I'm kind of excited for this year. New face in a new franchise, new city is Tevin Coleman. He just signed with the San Francisco 49ers, and he's back with his previous head coach that he used to be with at the Falcons. I believe it's Kyle Shanahan. And the last time I checked, Tevin Coleman's numbers with Kyle Shanahan as head coach in Atlanta, he had over 900 yards from scrimmage and 11 touchdowns that season. In my opinion, that's a good year.
Right.
Fantasy year as well.
Do we know it was that the year when Freeman was injured? Was Freeman around? What was going on with that?
Well, I mean, Freeman has always been injured, but I don't think he's missed like a full season.
Well, I'm just saying because right now he's going to have to compete with Jerick McKinnon, who's a very solid running back.
Coming off an ACL injury.
Matt Breida. And I'm pretty sure there's one other guy I had on my team at one point last year. Dude, my fantasy bench cycles through players every week. I'm that guy. I can't help it. If you did well last week, welcome to my team.
For real, son.
And as soon as I start you shit the bed, and I get rid of you.
Oh, dude, that's the best, and
So
I'm excited to see
so
how that
I'm
goes.
not convinced on Coleman.
Yeah.
Just because I don't know what the hell the 49ers are doing.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're trying to get Garoppolo to take more control of the offense. I think he's going to be throwing the ball down the field.
Staying healthy, I hope so. Another sleeper, according to some Bleacher Report experts and some articles I was reading, they're having Dante Pettis as a sleeper for the San Francisco 49ers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm kind of excited to see how that goes because
Being in the Pac-12, we saw him play ASU.
You're right.
He broke the record for punt return
You are
touchdowns in a season.
Mhm.
He's a solid play. All of this play talk comes down to the offensive coordinator and like each week what happens.
Yeah.
Unless you have a guy like an Antonio Brown, something like that, where they're going to find ways to get you the ball.
Yeah.
I'm not convinced that Pettis is the guy they're going to get the ball to yet, but I guess we'll see.
Yeah, we'll find out. So, and like I said, Garoppolo was injured last year, so that makes.
Hey, but he was injured, but then he started hanging out with porn stars, right? And then, so now he should be, dude. He's in preseason form without even preseason.
Hey, yo, buddy, I see you, Garop. I ain't mad at you.
Who's he with? Was it?
Is he with someone?
It wasn't Mila Khalifa,
piping
was
down.
it?
No, I don't think so.
I don't know.
I don't think he was. Was he dating him or was he just piping?
I'm pretty sure he was just chilling.
I think so.
I mean,
DJ Sploosh, you got any news on that?
It was a black porn star.
Oh,
Gotcha. Well,
I like it.
don't get me wrong. Like,
I like it.
all the porn stars who watch this podcast, don't like, no offense or anything, but I don't see a porn star being a reliable relationship, especially for an NFL quarterback. You know,
I agree.
I don't need to think like, fuck, she's filming today. In other words, like, she's cheating on me today.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
But
that's a lot
is she
mentally.
really cheating? That's her job.
Your job sucks. Literally. It
Yeah,
literally
for real,
sucks.
And that's the lifestyle they want, man. Especially Garoppolo. He knew what he was getting his hands on, so we'll see what happens there. It's going to be a great football season. It's going to be a good time. And, we're excited to, see what happens for the future. We're excited to see how things move on. Before we end this podcast, I want to talk to you a little bit about your opinion on your top quarterbacks. We discussed a little bit of running backs. We discussed a little bit about wide receivers. I want to know your top quarterbacks for this season, when you'll draft them, and also your top tight ends.
Well, tight ends. Yeah, I know you're waiting for me to say Zach Ertz, but
Oh, yeah.
so I was thinking Zach Ertz. I want to say Zach Ertz, but I can't put Zach Ertz top tight end. I'm gonna put Travis Kelce. I know a lot of people.
respect that decision.
I know a lot of people saying Eric Ebron may be a bust. I think Eric Ebron's gonna be a solid pick too.
Really?
Jimmy Graham, from what I saw on random posts, he's got a little comeback season mounting.
Okay.
But again, back to Zach Ertz, he's got Dallas Goedert right there, and he is a stud. So they're gonna have two tight ends, which I think again is gonna come down to the offensive scheme. They're gonna figure out like who's open. Like, I'm sure they're running like option routes and whatnot like throughout the year. So it's gonna be very hazy as to which tight end.
Zach Ertz is the number one option for Carson Wentz. Not even tight end option or wide receivers. He's the number one option for Carson Wentz.
Well, we don't know that yet.
He is.
Dude, we just picked up Deshaun Jackson.
Sure.
Who's gonna take the top off
You're
the
telling
defense.
you're
and we're
telling
gonna
me
have
that
Alshon Jeffrey coming through underneath. Like, there's a lot of options for Carson Wentz this year.
I'm gonna say it again. Carson Wentz, number one option is Zach Ertz. When would you draft Zach Ertz?
Zach Ertz. Definitely a first-round pick.
Well, shut up.
Dude, 100%. Think about it.
When would you draft him? So if you're really saying first round, when are you going to draft him in the first round? Out of a 12-team
When's
league?
my pick? If I'm pick one, I'm not picking him number one
No
overall.
shit. That's what I'm asking.
I'm saying if I'm like the last pick in the draft and I can't get a solid running back or anything.
Late pick. You'll take Zach Ertz
It's a
in
later
late
first-round pick or early second round.
Early second round?
Early second round.
I don't know.
Hey,
that
dude,
sounds too much.
He produced last year even with Goddard. I think his production is going to be a little down, but Zach Ertz is still going to produce. To what you just said, he's still Carson Wentz's number one option. But
you're taking a tight end
dude,
for your first
but
pick
how many?
or...
I won several games last year because my tight end produced versus them picking a bench player who didn't do anything. Or I had Jared Cook, who he would go off for a game and I'd be like, all right, this guy's giving me 20 points, and then I check him in, and they don't throw the ball to him. Yeah. And I'm just saying, like, that. That's what I'm afraid of with Zach Ertz, is him, like, going off for a game. Next game, Goddard goes off, or next game, Jackson goes off. They have a lot of weapons. But
are you also being biased right now with picking Zach Ertz early?
Okay. I'm not going to confirm no design, any of that.
You're a piece of shit, bro.
Nonetheless, I will say Carson Wentz, because of everything we just said with having so many weapons and just getting Jordan Howard and actually finally having a legit running game.
You also have Miles Sanders back there.
Booby Miles.
Sick.
Friday Night Lights.
I'm down, dude.
You from Midland, ain't you?
For real, got all crazy.
But no, I think Carson Wentz is going to get back to his MVP form. I think Carson Wentz, this is his year. And I see Carson Wentz being the Patrick Mahomes of the 2019 season.
Are you putting Carson Wentz in your top three quarterbacks?
Absolutely.
Really?
Absolutely.
Biased opinion?
No. No, that's just being just factual. Just
Factual?
Look at all the weapons around him. He just now got a running back, finally, a legit running back.
He had Jay Ajayi last year.
Okay,
And
Jay Ajayi was all right. He kind of runs weird, though. He runs very weird.
Yeah, he is a weird running back.
And he got injured. And then we had a bunch of backup running backs. I'm just saying, we have 2 tight ends, solid tight ends. We actually have Deshaun Jackson to finally spread the field, and we have Alshon Jeffrey, who, after that drop in New Orleans, Alshon, I'm sure you're listening, so I still forgive you. I love you. I hope you stay in Philly for the rest of your career.
Yeah, you want him there?
Dude, he's my boy. We talk almost never, but, but he's my boy.
Sick, Dak.
But yeah, so I think Carson Wentz is gonna have a lot more weapons this year, and he's been looking good in training camp. So I got Carson Wentz top 3. Obviously, you got to put Patrick Mahomes in that category, especially with Tyreek Hill not being suspended or anything. I think that's huge for Patrick Mahomes.
Game changer.
Number 2.
He also has Sammy Watkins there. How do you feel about Sammy Watkins? In my opinion, before you speak, I think he's a bust candidate.
Right. So
Injury prone as well.
he's injury prone. It just Sammy Watkins has always kind of been that guy. He's a bit of a role player. You know what I mean? He's not gonna really go out there and get you crazy numbers. He may go off like one game or two. He may get lost in the defense, drift into the end zone and catch a touchdown. But he's not gonna be the guy that they're scheming to do plays. You know what I mean?
That's Tyreek Hill right there. And
that's
Travis Kelce.
Right, and you got Kelce too. Who Kelce would be my number 1 tight end overall.
I agree
I'll say
on
Kelce. I would say Kelce, Ebron, and then Ertz.
Oh, you're putting Ertz number 3 or just
it. Number 3 tight end.
The fact that you put Eric Ebron up there is kind of surprising because to me,
he went off last year and he came out and he's another guy attitude-wise who says like he wants to be the guy.
I think last year was a fluke for Eric Ebron.
I don't think so because he came out last year saying, "Finally, I'm on an offense that's utilizing me." So he's a guy who's like, "Bro, I know what I bring to the table. I just want to be on a team that's gonna give me the ball, and that's what I want in my fantasy players."
Okay. So you like going for attitude in some type of plays.
That's right, bro. Okay. I don't care what your fucking speed is. I don't care what this is. If you're gonna sit back and be like, bro, I don't care as long as you win the game. Like, yeah, that's great if you're on the Eagles. But if you're on my fucking fantasy team, I need you to produce day in, day out, catch the ball, run the ball, score touchdowns. Like, you gotta make it happen.
I am mad at you about that. In my opinion, I'm gonna go for tight ends, top tight ends. I will agree with you on Travis. Not in this order either. Travis Kelce being up there. Same with Zach Ertz as well. Somebody who I really, really like this year is Njoku for the Cleveland Browns.
Real quick.
I like
Dave
that.
Njoku.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure he's listening as well.
I hope so.
We played you. Pompton Lakes Cardinals played the Cedar Grove, whatever the hell you guys were. And we played you guys at MetLife Stadium.
When was this?
This is my junior year of high school.
What year?
2013. 2013. Played you guys, and we won. So he took his fat L at Giant Stadium, MetLife Stadium, for the first time in his career against my Pompton Lakes Cardinals.
Oh, really?
So I just want to point that out. And he also kind of messed up my knee, which I'm still a little bit salty about. It was a bit of a horse collar tackle, if you ask me.
Really?
Hey,
I thought you played defense.
No, I was doing run back, bro.
Oh, you were running back. So he played defense?
Dude. Okay, it's high school football. We're both from small high schools, so you have no option. You're playing. If you're an athlete, you're playing offense and defense.
That sounds fucking tight to me. I would love to do something like that.
Bro, I played cornerback. I was 5'6".
You're ass though.
I had a lot of picks. One year I had like 6-7 picks.
You played against rookie quarterbacks. Is probably what you're dealing with.
Actually, I'm pretty sure his quarterback was Joe Slater, I believe.
Joe Slater.
At the time,
He
was actually a stud. He was a stud. I'm not sure. I don't know what he did with his career. All I know is Njoku.
But go ahead.
Njoku.
Whatever.
Njoku. But he went to Miami afterwards.
Yeah.
And
superstar.
I hope the best for him, but I'm also, I guess you call it jealousy, whatever. But we beat him at MetLife Stadium, and no one from our team got any D1 looks. But he goes to Miami, he goes to NFL. Like, if we can stop him, I think we can have at least one player or someone from the team to go D1. But.
Okay, so you took this a weird route, but I'm gonna go back to David Njoku.
It's a personal vendetta I have on.
It's a personal matter what's going on here, but I really like David Njoku this year. Obviously, OBJ is a part of the Cleveland Browns organization now. They still have Jarvis Landry as well. So having those 2 wide receivers on your team brings some. Or David Njoku. He's going to be hiding around there. Let's just say he's going to be, blocking a little bit while they're running. Let's just say he's blocking while all 3 wide receivers go out for a pass. Next thing you know, David Njoku is going for a 40-yard bomb. the Baker Mayfield throwing fucking goat passes over here. Njoku one-handed catches. Dude, don't be surprised. David Njoku is a top 3 tight end this year. I'm really excited to see that.
Completely unbiased opinion. I would have to agree.
Cool.
If I'm being unbiased.
Cool.
If I'm being biased, you're wrong. Unbiased opinion. Njoku, because everything you just said. Because you have OBJ, you have Landry, and I think that's going to be a bit of like the Goddard Ertz situation where you're going to have like 2 studs. How you going to get the ball to him?
Yeah.
I believe in Baker.
I believe
he
in him
makes
as well.
smart. He makes smart decisions.
He does.
He makes some risky throws, but he's got the fucking talent to do it.
Yeah, dude.
So I believe in Baker. I think he's gonna get the ball to the open guy.
Love Baker Mayfield.
Is gonna be Dave. I don't know his last name. I'm not even gonna say it.
Njoku?
I'm not gonna
That's
say
who
it.
you're
Well,
talking
you
about?
keep saying I say it wrong, so I'm gonna say Dave
Cool.
because we're on that. We're friends.
Speaking of the Cleveland Browns, me being a Pittsburgh Steelers fan breaks my heart that the Cleveland Browns are in the same division with us, but I want to see the Cleveland Browns make playoffs.
Hey, DJ Sploosh, save that recording.
I'm not saying.
Save that recording.
I am
so
not
if the
saying.
Steelers do well, we have to hold that over.
Listen. I'm not saying the Cleveland Browns are going to win the division. I'm just saying I want the Cleveland Browns in the playoffs. How they get there, that's up to them. But Pittsburgh Steelers, they're going to win the division, of course. And then Cleveland Browns, I hope they make wild card. And then, blow up from there. Baker Mayfield, the GOAT. OBJ, monster. Jarvis Landry, hands for days. David Njoku, stud. Nick Chubb, Chubb master. Come on, feed him the rock, bro. He's a fucking animal.
Love Chubby.
All day.
No, but
my boy Chi-Town, his name's Christian. He's from Chicago. He's a big Bears fan. That motherfucker will jerk off Tom Brady at the chance that he gets. He will jerk him off, 100%.
Well, would you not?
I will neither confirm nor deny that answer.
This is completely no homo.
No, I'm just gonna say I'm not gonna confirm or deny.
In a very straight way, yes, you have to jerk off Tom Brady. If you see Tom Brady, and you just say, dude, that's the most legendary dick I ever.
You know what? Because you're going this route, yes, no homo, the very straight way possible. Tom Brady, bring your sexy ass over here. Let's get this going.
Whoa! I don't call him sexy, dude.
Tom Brady's sexy.
Bro,
that motherfucker's a goddamn underwear model.
This is a family podcast.
I don't think so, buddy.
But no, so Cleveland Browns actually have 20 to 1 odds to win the Super Bowl.
20?
20 to 1.
I'm putting $100 on them
my dad
right
is
now.
betting.
Dude,
my dad
how
literally.
can you not? They have a great defense too.
They do, and they picked up some new guy.
Olivia Vernon.
Yeah, and they picked up the rookie from Ohio State. God.
Denzel Ward.
No.
That was last year. Oh, no.
Greedy Williams?
That's
LSU.
LSU.
Greedy Williams, DBU University.
DBU?
DBU.
Potentially. They'd have some fucking sick corners come out of there.
But yeah, so I think the Browns do have a chance. Let's see. The Eagles are 14 to 1.
That pisses me off.
Why?
What are the Steelers?
Let's see. We got New Orleans.
I don't care about New Orleans. I'm asking you about the Steelers.
Well, I'm sorry I have to scroll so far down this list.
Oh, you piece of shit, bro.
Jesus.
Why you gotta fucking say that shit live?
Okay, sorry. So the worst odds are the Dolphins, obviously.
Why are you going to
500
I'm
to 1?
I'm asking about the fucking Steelers.
Dude, I'm trying to find it.
And I will tell you if that is a joke or if it's like, okay, I can see it. And this is unbiased as well.
So the Steelers are also 20 to 1.
Okay. That doesn't sound bad.
I guess decent. But you guys are in a tough division.
We are in a tough division.
Because keep in mind, like, again.
Bengals suck, though, so don't even count them in that bitch.
And especially AJ Green out.
I know.
Like,
so look to Tyler Boyd. Boyd.
I wanted to bring that up to you earlier with injuries and shit. Like, for me personally, if you're dealing with an injury, I'm not going to risk drafting you with a high pick, knowing that you're going to have to sit out the beginning stages of the season.
I won't touch AJ Green until the 4th, 5th round.
But I'm sure that they're going to like force him into the lineup and things like that.
They're not going to force him in.
No,
they're not going to force him, especially when they're this shitty. Dude, they'll let him take all the time they need.
Well, no, you say that, but
the Bengals are ass.
When the actual season starts, I'm sure they're going to realize, fuck, without AJ Green, we cannot do anything. Because AJ Green's literally been the only
They can't do anything with AJ Green either, bro.
But he at least wins games for him. If they can do one other thing, and I had Mixon. I had Mixon on my fantasy team. He was a stud last year too.
Yeah,
he's a pretty good running back as well.
I like Joe Mixon.
If he can put together another season like he did last year, and they can figure some shit out on the defense, I think the Bengals could make a run.
Shut up,
dude. And you
don't know shit.
Okay.
I'm telling you, the Bengals suck. They've always been ass. You heard it here first. Bengals 4th place in the division. 100%.
Well, that's easy to say when you.
This
have
is gonna be the
Steelers.
division and the record projections for the AFC North, I believe it is. Number 1, first place winning the division, Pittsburgh Steelers. They are going to be 11-5. Number 2, the Browns making wild card. They're going to be 10-6. Number 3, the Baltimore Ravens are going to be 9-7, and the Bengals are going to be 6-10. 6-10, Cincinnati Bengals.
I got the Browns flip-flopping with the Steelers. I got the Ravens about what you said, like kind of middle of the pack, and then I got Bengals still coming in last, but 8-8. I think they'll be 500 on the season.
No way.
I think they'll figure it out.
Well, obviously not with AJ Green being out for 4 games, or not even 4 games. We don't even know how long he's going to be out. They're saying he's going to miss some games.
They're going to bring him back. They're going to bring him back.
Obviously, but they're not going to force him. They're not going to push him to come back. Hey, we need you back by week 1. Not going to happen.
That's what I'm saying. They're going to lose the beginning of the season, and then they're going to go on a little run, but it's not going to be good enough. Because AJ Green's going to be back. He's going to produce.
You see what Tyler Boyd said about his contract extension?
I did not.
He's everybody. I'm pretty sure a lot of players do this when they get paid. He said, like, I'm giving back to the people that are important to me. I'm giving back to the people who made me the person I am today. Tyler Boyd, top 5 wide receiver this year.
That's a big
projection. Big projection.
Why do you say that?
Because he's, like you talked about, attitude. He has the attitude of a football player. He has the attitude of, I'm doing this for my family.
So you're telling me Antonio Brown, Julio Jones, Odell, Jarvis, Keenan Allen, Michael Thomas. I can go down the list.
Go ahead.
You're telling me he's going to be in that company?
This year? Yes.
Oh, dude. Okay. I guess if it happens, we heard it here first. But
you heard it here first.
You're going to hear Kaz completely disagreeing with that statement.
That's fine, Kaz. You do what you got to do. But I know me. Rock Reynoso, 3-time fantasy champ. You heard it here first. I got to sneeze. Shit.
Achoo.
Bless me.
Bless you. Thank you.
It's going to be a great year. Going to be a great year for fantasy football. So yeah, I think that's gonna end our podcast for this week.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a good time, ladies and gentlemen. Looking forward to seeing you guys again. Looking forward to creating more content. Hopefully soon we can get out to our 2nd/3rd episode. I'm saying 2nd/3rd because our introductory episode was kind of episode 1. This might be episode 1 or 2.
We're kind of messing around.
Yeah.
Kind of seeing how it goes, which, by the way, just want to shout out everyone who's actually listening to these podcasts.
Yeah, thank you guys. Really appreciate it.
I was actually fairly surprised when I saw how many people actually listened.
Yeah.
The first time we posted this.
Awesome, huh, man?
So thank you guys. If
Yeah.
you want to continue, please retweet it, favorite it.
Hell yeah.
Tell your friends.
Yeah, seriously. Appreciate your time, guys. We always, look forward to seeing our viewership, go up for every podcast episode we send out. We have some, loyal family, loyal friends who, are looking after us and making sure that, we can build up to our, certain potential and kind of see where this blows up to be.
Right. And we're also we're working on integrating some interviews, things like that. We're getting some other people on the show.
Yes, sir.
Like the guys, we play golf once a weekend. We'll do some golf talk.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we've got a lot of interesting things coming out here.
We have some ideas, building up to on, later on in the future when college football starts. Hopefully we can do some pregame parties. Hopefully we can, do some, quick podcasts before the game, get a little jacked up and kind of see where it goes from there.
Hoorah.
Hey, that'd be kind of gangster. Big thank you to DJ Sploosh for helping us out right here, with the mixer and get the audio together. DJ Sploosh, one of a kind. So, make sure you guys follow him on his Instagram, Jacob Flores. Also his Twitter, Jacob Flores. Don't be shy to send him a shout out. Also my boy Kaz, Instagram.
Yeah, follow us too, obviously, but
and
but also follow our actual page for Truu Sports.
We're gonna we got to be making an actual page soon. You guys will be seeing it up tonight.
Yeah,
I think it'll be up by tonight. So Instagram for sure, and we'll be sending out a shit ton of followers or shit ton of following.
That's right.
Yeah, hopefully we get a lot of followers in. But again, guys, thank you so much. Appreciate your time. Looking forward to making more episodes, getting more content.
Yeet.
Hey, you guys have a great time.